Hi Michelle, this is Cody, and I wanted to show you the functionality of my ticket writer and my dialer. So this is the lead and how it pops up in Vichy Dial. From here, when the customer is interested in scheduling an appointment, we can click this web form button, and what it does is it will load up a form where you can capture information about the lead over here, and it'll also load up a scheduling program that will have all of the dates that are open and show you a count of all the calls that are available. Down here, what we have is we have a history for the customer. So what this screen does is it kind of ties everything together and makes it so that you can schedule and see the call that you're scheduling. So things are pretty straightforward up here. So what we can do is we can pick the call type that they set and choose the appointment time. So for this customer, we can choose, let's see here, I have an opening on Friday, 10 to 1 on Friday the 19th. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to pick the 10 to 1 slot on Friday the 19th. Now you'll see on Friday we have a total of 2 appointments scheduled for that slot and 11 total for the day. So once we have the appointment scheduled, we can fill out the rest of the ticket with what kind of system they have, if it's on the roof or it's on the ground, if they have a 2-story ladder or if they have multiple units, and we can set a price for the tune-up. And from there, we can hit the submit button, and what that does is that brings up a second screen, and it shows a map of where the call is at. So this one is on Riggs Road, and I believe this is we'll just say I-10 and Riggs Road for now. It'll also pull data about the type of the home, how much what the customer purchased the home for, when they purchased it, when the house was built, how large the house is, if it's a single family house or a dual family house, or multifamily, sorry, and still shows all the history for the customer. So this customer we've been out to several times, so it's got extensive history. If there's no history, it will show where the customers are. It won't show any history for them. This see nearby link here, if we click that, that will open up a separate window where we can select a date range. So if we set it for, let's say, tomorrow and the end of the month, and we hit submit, from there we can see our house here. We can zoom in on the house and see where it's at, and we can click along. We can click our other calls to see when we're going to be out in that area as well, and we can actually open up the call and see information on that call about there. But what this will allow you to do is, this is our call to be set, and it'll allow you to group calls near each other, so that we know where the call's at throughout the entire city. These would be all the appointments that our company has scheduled in the future. And you can click on them all to try to, what our goal is to do is to try to pair up the calls with calls that are close to each other geographically, so that the technicians don't have to drive very much. So You know, if it comes out here that we're going out the 17th between 8 and 11 to a house that's nearby, we could go back to our program here, and instead of going out the 19th, you know, we could select the 17th just to group, and it looks like probably the 10 to 1 slot will do there. That's useful for service calls that you're trying to squeeze into the schedule during the